Good afternoon, viewers of my channel. I actually hearty welcome to my YouTube channel, Mechanical Engineering Lecture Series. Myself, Dr. M. Chennai. Friends, in today's session, we are going to work out a problem on the moment of forces using Weygman's theorem. Friends, you can see here, the question reads like this: find the magnitude, direction, and location of the resultant of the forces shown in the figure. So friends, you have got a grid here, and each graph measures turning its millimeter and here. So this is a rectangular grid with 50 mm and 40 mm dimension, and you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forces are acting on this particular rectangular plate. And friends, you can see this is very start with this Newton is acting at an angle of 45 degrees here, because in a square the diagonal is at an angle of 45 degrees, and there is a horizontal load 5 Newton at this point, a vertical load. A 20 Newton load is acting at the second division at an angle of theta dash. I will be able to find out the theta dash. And then friends, another 20 Newton is acting at the second grid at an angle of theta dash. So we will be able to find out what is theta dash. So friends, as usual, let us split all the inclined forces in the two mutually perpendicular directions, namely the vertical direction and also along the horizontal direction. Now friends, let me start with this 10 Newton load. This 10 Newton load is acting at an angle of 45 degrees to the horizontal, and hence its components are 10 Newton cos 45 in the horizontal direction and 10 Newton sin 45 in the vertical direction. Then friends, coming to this 20 Newton, it is acting at an angle of theta dash. Friends, you can find out this theta dash as 26.57. How to find out the theta dash? Theta dash, or you can say tan theta dash, from this figure is height divided by the base. This is 10 units, this is 20 units. That is 10 by 20. This is 0.5, and this theta dash works out to a value 26.57 degrees. 26.57 degrees. Suppose same is extending from here to here, then you should have taken the height 10 divided by 30. 10 by 30 you would have got. Here again I am going to split this 20 Newton along the x and y direction. So 20 Newton will give you 20 cos theta dash, 20 sin theta dash. We know the value of theta dash. 5 Newton and 10 Newton are the horizontal and vertical loads at these 2 points. There is no need to resolve them into its components. Finally, we have got the 20 Newton loads acting at an angle of theta dash, and its components are 20 cos 45, 20 cos theta dash and 20 sin theta dash. 20 cos acts in the left direction and this in the vertical direction. Friends, in this figure we have split all the inclined forces in two mutually perpendicular directions, that is x and y directions. Now friends, you will have to find out the resultant of all these forces. So to find out the resultant, friends, we have to take the summation of all the horizontal forces and also all the vertical forces separately. If I take up this sigma h, the sum of the horizontal forces acting along the x direction, please look at the board friends, you can see here there is 10 cos 45, 20 cos theta dash, 10 cos 45 plus 20 cos theta dash, 20 cos theta dash, the second force. First you have got, second force you have got, there is a 5 Newton here plus 5 Newton. So this is 1, the second, and this is the third we have got. And this force 20 cos theta dash is acting to the left, so I will take it as 20 cos theta dash. Friends, if we simplify this, this works out to 12.07 Newton. That is the algebraic sum of all the horizontal forces on this grid or the plate is 12.07. Friends, on the same lines, let us also find out what is sigma v, the algebraic sum of the addition of all these forces in the vertical direction. Friends, you can start from here. There is 10 sin 45 acting upwards, 20 sin theta dash 2. This is 20 sin theta dash again in the upward direction, 10 Newton. So, we will take one by one. First is 10 sin 45 acting here. Then you have got 20 sin theta dash again in the upward direction. We take it as positive. Then you have got this 10 Newton again in the upward direction. Then you have got 20 sin theta dash plus 20 sin theta dash. Friends, you know the value of theta dash. Theta dash already we have calculated as 26.57 degrees. You know all other forces, simplify and you will get the value of sigma v equal to 34.96 Newton. So friends, you have sigma h, we have sigma v, and you know how to find out the resultant. The resultant of these two is given by square root of sigma h square plus sigma v square, and if you have both the values, sigma h is 12.07 square and this is 34.96 square. If you simplify, you get this resultant of the whole system of forces as 36.99 Newton. So friends, you have got the value of the resultant, and the question is asking you find the magnitude of the resultant and its inclination. The second part is how to find out the inclination or the direction of this resultant. So friends, to find out the direction, we are going to take the moments of all the individual forces and equate that to the moment caused due to the resultant. That is to say, we are going to apply Verigna's theorem to determine the value of this x, the location of that. So friends, for this I am going to take point A as the reference, and from here I am going to take each of these forces, find out the moments of all these forces, equate that to the resultant. Then you are going to get x, the value of x. Friends, the moment of the resultant is r into x. Rx is given by, I am taking moment of all these about the point A, the left and bottom corner. Let us see what happens now. There is 20 cos theta dash passing through this point A. This does not give any moment, whereas 20 sin theta dash about A gives an anti-clockwise moment of magnitude 20 sin theta dash into 20. So, it is minus 20 sin theta dash into 20, that is the distance, millimeter, is this one. Next you have got 20 cos theta dash, it is giving a clockwise moment about this. So, the moment of this is this force into the distance plus 20 cos theta dash multiplied by what the distance, it is acting at a distance of 20 millimeter again, because this 10 plus 10. This 5 Newton is giving a clockwise moment of 5 multiplied by this distance is 10, force into distance. So, we have, this is 0, this we have taken the, in the direction minus 20 you have taken, positive, and then 10 cos 45 gives a clockwise moment plus 10 cos 45 multiplied by this distance 30 units. The moment of this is 0 because it is passing through this. So, friends, you have got a clockwise moment due to this. Again, this 20 sin you have got 20 sin theta dash into 10, that is in the anti-clockwise, minus 20 sin theta dash into 10. The distance between that is 4. Then finally we have got this one. This is 10 Newton acting at a distance of 50 units. So plus 10 multiplied by the distance is 50 mm. So friends, we know the value. So you will get a value. You can simplify this and equate that to r into x. R value we know it is this total value works out to, I can just write down the value also, 762.13, 762.13 Newton millimeter, because the force we have taken in Newton, distance in millimeter. So that is equated to r into x. We are interested in finding out the x, the location of the resultant from the point A. So that is given by 762.13 divided by that resultant, 762.13 divided by the resultant value is 36.99 Newton, and this works out to friends 20.6 mm. So friends, we were able to find out the resultant as 762. We have found out where it is acting, and now you will have to find out at what angle to the reference x-axis this resultant is acting. So we know the magnitude of r, we know the direction of r or the location, then we can find out at what angle it should act. Friends, you know very well, if theta is the angle of inclination, then we have this tan theta equal to sigma v by sigma h. So theta you can find out tan inverse of sigma v by sigma h, both the values are known to you, and this works out to 70.95 degrees. 70.95 degrees. So friends, you are getting or a positive value, that is the resultant is giving you a clockwise moment. Clockwise moment from A means it should act somewhere here at an angle of, I will write down here, this should be the resultant or of magnitude which I given there 36.99, and it should act at a perpendicular distance of x, and the angle at which it is inclined is this angle. This angle has to be 70.95. So friends, in this problem we have calculated the magnitude of the resultant of all the forces acting on the grid, the inclination of the resultant, and also the distance at which this load is acting, that distance which you call it as x. Friends, I hope the presentation made by me was useful to you. If you like, please forward this message to all your friends, share it with the known people, give a liking, and in case if you have not subscribed so far, please subscribe without fail. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching my YouTube video.